Hello, glorious Spillway that has open water that I haven't seen in a little while and I missed and they've been working on. How the hell are you today? I love ice fishing more than just about anybody, but something special about spillway fishing for any damn thing you can get. And as you guys know, I thought they were pretty much destroying the spillway by putting up those stupid walls, but those rocks over there actually look pretty damn good. They look treacherous as far as walking on, but I'm never on that side anyway. But that looks like it could be Flathead Haven. Let's hope. Pow. What is going on, you dirty old stash curtains? Someone's been suggesting that for 51, 52, 53, something like that days in a row. I'm finally getting around to it, finally remembered, and yeah, I forgot your name, but there you go. We made it happen. Yeah, I was sitting at home. I was helping Boo get her second video up. If you haven't watched that yet, go watch it. She put it up yesterday, so go check that out if you haven't. And then I know old Johnny Boy came down here and fished the other day, and he actually caught a flathead in the mouth in the middle of damn winter. What a legend. I need to link up with Johnny Boy one of these days again. I know you guys ask about him every once in a while. I need to get him on some ice fishing catfish, but it's been super warm again. It's like the third time the ice is getting destroyed this year, which is really annoying, but you can either sit at home and bitch about it, or you can come fish some open water when it's 55 degrees out. Feels great, not wearing a bunch of clothes, not wearing a bunch of bibs, and yeah, we're just gonna fish for a few hours and see if we can't get something big. Mainly gonna be fishing with night crawlers on the bottom and then with a jig head, and we might get creative from there, but come along with me. Let's do this shit for old time's sake and stuff and things. All right, guys, well, there's obviously gonna be some construction noise today, so shouldn't be too bad because I got the little microphone on. Hopefully it's plugged in. Make sure you guys are cleaned up. And yeah, the only thing of my open water stuff that I forgot, because I'm kind of rusty, is it's a pole holder. So I'll figure it out. We might just have to shove it in the damn mud. And the other rod we're gonna be casting the whole time anyway, so not a big deal. But it's kind of weird switching back and forth from ice fishing to open water fishing. But I told myself at the beginning of this year, so I didn't get burnt out ice fishing, that on the nice days, I would come and do stuff like this. And it probably gets a little bit repetitive for you guys, especially since we've mainly been going for catfish lately. And we are kind of going for catfish today, but it's something a little different. And I'm kind of curious how this added current, wow, it's shallower over there than it was. Yeah, this place is gonna be different. Kind of looks like it could end up being a good thing, but that was about 5 feet shallower than it normally is. I think we should be able to at least catch something, but current's ripping and shallower and the water's cold. So if we catch something, it'll probably be a miracle. But we usually figure out a way to catch something. I'll set like that for now. Is that thing still moving? I might have to put more weight on that thing because it's a flow in. All right, I gotta tie a jig head on this pole. I'll see you guys soon. All right, jig head's tied on. This one's rolled around so damn much. It's right where I want to cast the jig head. Let's see if it's snagged. It's not snagged. Let's throw it off to the left and get it out of our way. Yeah, just so shallow. Should still be fish here though, right? Even though it's a lot shallower, there should still be fish. Just gonna creep this jig head along on the bottom slowly. Just let the current kind of push it. And yeah. They're used to food kind of getting pushed into their mouth by the current, so probably the best option, or it has been in the past. The bottom usually gets bit a lot by small fish. Yeah, there's still fish out there. But the bottom also has produced some of the bigger fish too, so it's always worth putting out, but I think the majority of our action is gonna be on this jig head rod. Anytime you have current like this, creek, spillway, waterfall situations, they're used to their food moving around, so trying to recreate that is the best, but also the water's super cold, so on the flip side, you got a free meal just sitting on the bottom, which can also work. I got something. Feels weird though. I don't know if it ate it or I ran into it. We'll just say I ran into it to make myself feel better, but it actually might have ate it. Kind of like slacklined it. That was quick though. That was quick. Pretty much the pinnacle for the day is gonna be is a flathead, but we're not as cool as Jonathan, so I doubt that'll happen. But there's wipers and walleyes and stuff too. Those will be equally as cool. Oh, something hit it. They are eating. But yeah, wiper, walleye, flathead. Channels would be cool. I mean, even carp would be cool. I almost went to a spillway today. The spillway that I fished when it was snowy out and caught a bunch of carp. I almost went there today, but I wanted to come here and fish for different species other than carp. But comment down below if you want to see me fish that spillway when it's frozen, because I've always wanted to catch carp through the ice, and I've always wanted to ice fish a spillway, and I think I could potentially kill 2 birds with 1 stone once the weather gets colder. So comment down below if you want to see that. I'm probably gonna do it anyway, but I still like hearing your opinions. So yeah, let me know. Also, fishing with an open water rod feels pretty weird after all the ice fishing I've been doing, but we'll work the kinks out, miss a couple fish, and we'll be back to normal, boys and girls. We will be back to normal. Feeling a lot of little bumps. Must be some small channels around or something. They're gonna be hard to hook on this big of a jig head, but that first fish we hooked was not a small channel, clearly. But keep it rolling, see what we can't get. A spillway in the middle of winter. That's a fish. Barely fighting, whatever it is. Nice. Tiny carp in the tail. Do I do it? I'm gonna do it. Most of the time when we get a bite on the night crawler on the bottom, actually shit, I can't. Well, can I? I guess I don't really know. I didn't hook him in the mouth, so I don't even know if I can legally keep him, so we're gonna let him go. But he is invasive, so how does that work? He also looks like he's been shot by a bow fisherman before in his back, but how does that work? If it's an invasive fish and you don't hook it in the mouth, can you still keep it as bait because it's an invasive fish? I don't know, but I'm not gonna risk it, especially since I'm recording, but it's a good question that I don't know the answer to. I do want to try to get cup bait out sometime today, but I also want to do it legally, so I guess we'll spare him, maybe look at the rule book eventually here, but for now we're just going to try to catch something in the mouth. But I think I probably could have kept him. I have no idea. My recommendation, if you don't know the law, then your safest plan of action is to just go with the safest plan of action, which would be to release it. But yeah, I don't know, that's a toughie. That is a toughie. Anyway. Keep it rolling, kind of getting some action here and there, but nothing crazy. Definitely have had some bumps, but okay. That was out of nowhere. Doesn't really feel like it's hooked in the mouth though. Bigger. Is that a catfish hooked in the mouth? Looks like a catfish. I was horsing him a little too much, but I think it was a catfish in the mouth. That's a good sign. He's fighting weird, but maybe that's just from the extra current. The hook was definitely towards his head, and it definitely looked like a 3 or 4 pound channel, which would be cool. I think that was just weeds, but nope, it wasn't weeds. It's another baby carp. I've never even seen a carp that small in this spot, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess it's just kind of a thing. It doesn't have to necessarily be good or bad, but maybe there's a bunch of those that moved in. Who knows? Anywho, keep it rolling. See if we can catch some fish for this construction guy to watch. Probably bored. Could use some entertainment. Maybe not though, who knows? I could use some entertainment though, so let's catch another. Or catch something. Small channel. I think. Are you shitting me? Hell yeah. Oh, it's not big, but it's pretty, and it's one of the target species. Look how pretty that dude is. Got the little bit of a white tip at the bottom there. Yeah, nifty. Hell yeah. He ate it too. It's kind of a miracle this time of year. I have caught bigger here. They do get bigger than that, but I actually haven't caught one of the walleye varieties from this spot for a little while, so that's a nice surprise. Little fat boy. Must be some minnows or some shit down there. Switched to a little bit smaller night crawler. I was running like a big one that was just like dangling off the back, and I think they were just kind of nipping the tail end of it, and I wasn't getting it on the hook. So even though the piece I have on is still pretty big, I mean, we still want to get their attention. It's about 1/2 inch smaller than what I have been using, and the first bite since I switched it, we hooked up. So that isn't crazy, isn't super awesome, but it is good. This, however, is not a saw guy. This is bigger. I also don't think it ate it, but we're still not gonna horse it. But they're just all sitting up under the falls, pretty much right next to it. I haven't really got any bites out away from it, surprisingly. You think they'd want to get rid of the current, but maybe not. And I threw the bottom pole kind of out where they've been sitting, and so far the bottom pole hasn't gotten hit from what I can tell. Kind of hard to tell with all the current and stuff, but sorry, Mr. River Carp Sucker. Sorry. And something that could work pretty well for like wipers and walleyes and stuff like that is a blade bait. But I'm staying away from the blade bait today for pretty much one reason, and that reason is there's enough fish here that I'm running into them with a single hook. If I put a double treble hook bait on, I'll be snagging a damn fish every cast. I think that ate it. Felt it thump. But also I think the water's just a little bit too cold for a blade bait. I mean, blade baits work in all water conditions. Oh, it came off, but it jumped. I think it ate it though. Ripped half my crawler off. What the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, it's a little bit cold for a wiper or a walleye to want to chase a blade bait, especially since the current's so strong. And we're gonna have to reel it in pretty damn fast. So I don't think it's the play as far as catching, and it's definitely not the play as far as being an ethical angler. Pretty much guaranteed you're gonna run into fish with that. We'll keep the night crawlers going. I wanted to kind of throw a swim bait around, like one of my little ones that I catch the flatheads on, but this is basically the same thing, just a little bit less vibration, but a little bit more smell, a little bit more finessey, which I think is what we're gonna have to do today. And that saw guy was probably a little bit too small to eat the 3.5-inch swim bait, so I think this is just a better option all around. We're gonna probably be doing this the remainder of the time and hope that we can get our bait to float past another saw guy or a walleye or a kitty or something that wants to eat. Because for now we're mainly just running into various carp species, which is not the goal. We'll take them, I guess, but not the goal. Nope. Got it. Not big, but it's something. Thought it was a little flathead for a second, but it is a channel. Pretty one at that, minus some of his nasty little fungi there, but we got him. Slowly getting things figured out. Figured out to switch the bottom pole to a different spot than we normally do, and yeah, that was a horrible release, but he'll be fine. Or will he? He's going crazy. But yeah, figuring it out. Catching open water in the winter time. Not ideal. Would rather be ice fishing, but it's nice to mix it in a couple days here and there, you know? That was weird. My damn reel opened, but channel. Ate it. Maybe I haven't figured anything out. He was off to the left. Same fish? Be hilarious if it was. I'm not even shitting you. I think this is the same fish. He's got the same parasites. I don't know for sure though. It might be though. Maybe they all have parasites. We'll tell you what though, the jig head hooked the absolute shit out of him. I don't know, maybe the same one? Look at his fins. I'll have to look at the footage, but that might be the same fish twice. If it is, poor bud. So he thought he was getting 2 meals and instead he got 2 hooks. Still waiting on our big fish, but we are catching fish in the mouth out of a creek spillway waterfall thing in borderline the middle of January. Not in my line now, I don't really care though. January, open water, catching fish. We'll take it. Hey. Hey. Does that count? My first ever river carp sucker in the mouth? Nope. Outside of the mouth. You might have been looking at it. I still have no idea what these damn things eat. At one point in my life, I really was wondering and really trying hard to catch one, and then I just kind of gave up because in the end, they're still just river carp suckers, but it was close to the mouth, I suppose. Well, not even I suppose, it was close to the mouth, but I have never seen one caught in the mouth, which is crazy. You think they'd be just like carp, eat all the other random shit carp eat, but guess not. They're a little fancier, I suppose. But yeah, we still got time. We've got some things. Maybe have done a little bit better than I expected. I didn't really know what to expect, especially when I walked down here and the damn thing was like completely different, a bunch of rocks and extra mud in the water, but I'd say it's been all right. This one floated into a fish though. Big too. my jig head was just like floating around on the bottom. So I was looking at this other pole, reeled up, and we got something. Big channel. For here anyway. Nice. It almost looked like a flathead for a second. That is so cool. In that clear water. I mean, it's not like as big of the channels as we've been catching through the ice, but for this spot and this creek, I mean, it's not the top, but it's getting up there. Definitely getting up there. Hammered the jig head though. Actually, I didn't feel it, but I'd imagine he hammered the jig head. All right, well, not the greatest thing ever, but we are catching some open water, spillway, waterfall, creek fish. I know the lighting is like extra terrible, but nothing I can do about it. Sun's behind me. I don't know, 4 pounds, 5 pounds, something like that on the light action bait pole. And yeah, maybe I'll need to let my jig head sit down there a little bit longer because I was dicking with my other pole and this dude picked it up. But hopefully this isn't big fish of the day, but it might. All in all, it's been okay. It hasn't been great, but we got the saw guy, which was neat, even though he was tiny, and a few chan-chans. So let's get this one back, even though River Dickhead would be proud of me if I kept it and ate it. I really don't want to. And yeah, let's keep it rolling. Not graceful at all, but he'll be fine, I think. Alrighty, old girl. At first I wasn't so sure about your new makeover renovation thing, especially since there's a bunch of mud and the deep hole isn't very deep anymore, but I think that'll work itself out, and who knows, could end up being better in the long run. It's always been pretty good. Today was pretty good considering the circumstances, so could be improvement. Who the hell knows, but it certainly wasn't terrible. Alrighty, well, I gotta get the hell out of here. We did pretty good for only fishing for a couple hours. Caught a few channels, caught a saw guy, randomly snagged some other shit. I actually did catch a carp in the mouth. I'm not sure if I left that in, but he wasn't very big. And yeah, I don't know, missed some bigger things and stuff, and I don't know. Just felt good to be open water fishing. Does feel nice when it's 55, I will tell you that for damn sure. And it also feels nice not having to put on my coveralls and carry around a bunch of heavy ass gear. So if you like this video, if you like mixing in the spillway, creek, open water stuff with the ice, yeah, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. Definitely appreciate you guys watching. The support's been unreal for pretty much the last year straight, so I just want to give you an extra thank you for that. And yeah, see you soon. Doing something, not sure what. We go day by day around here, and it usually works out. So bye. Pow.